Hello, everybody. What's going on? I hope everyone is doing well, and I'm glad that you've stopped in for this first standard video that I'm doing. Um, Limited is definitely my favorite way to play Magic, but I think Standard is probably my second favorite. I think that the decks being less powerful on average than other constructed formats means that you can kind of experiment a lot more with different things. And I'm qualified for the Mythic Championship weekend or something at the end of February. So I want to figure out what deck to play in that. And I found this beauty. It did well in the standard challenge over the weekend, and I've played it a little bit, and it's ridiculous and fun. This is Naya Showdown Naya combo. It's got a Adventures core, so you've got Edgewall Innkeeper, and then 16 adventure creatures, which is a good place to start in any slightly aggressive mid-range deck. And then you've got arguably one of the most powerful cards in Standard right now, Goldspan Dragon, at the top of the curve here. This card's amazing. It makes you mana. It's a 4/4 flying haste. If anybody's ever cast the card Glorybringer before, you'll know how good that feels. And then another really powerful new card, Showdown of the Scalds, lets you generate even more card advantage in this Naya deck, and then also makes your creatures huge, which is awesome. And then the combo part. This deck plays Unleash Fury, which wasn't even playable in Core Set 21 draft, to double the power of a creature until end of turn. Okay, so what's the catch here? Well, what you try to do is you try to play Goldspan Dragon, attack with it, and then use the treasure it generates to Unleash Fury it. And since Goldspan Dragon says whenever it attacks or becomes the target of a spell, not just a spell your opponent controls, you'll generate Unleash Fury's mana neutral when targeting Goldspan Dragon. So that is 8 damage in one fell swoop. And then if you happen to have a Kazul's Fury in your hand because you didn't need to play it as a land early on, now you can 16 your opponent in one turn, as long as you start the turn with 6 mana. Shepherd of the Flock is cute here. It not only protects your Goldspan Dragon or your Innkeeper or Lovestruck Beast from removal, it resets all of your adventures. It can pick up Showdown of the Scalds, and it can pick up one of your lands if you had to play a Kazul's Fury or a Sejiri's Shelter early on. It can pick them up, so you can use them for their spell effect later on in the game. The mana base is great because of the pathways and Fabled Passage. And then the sideboard, I'm trying out something new. I think mono red is picking up in popularity, so I've got 2 red cap melees, and 3 fire prophecies. Rolling Vortex is cute against the ultimatum decks, because if they cast their spells off of ultimatum, they just take 10. Redain is pretty good against the ultimatum decks as well. Klothys used to be a second Redain. I'm just trying it out. I think it could be good against mono red, gaining life at a Klothys helps you gain life at a pace that mono red decks can't always keep up with. Archon of Absolution just wins you the game against mono white. And then Ox is in here, so you have stuff to do with your mana against rogues. And that's the deck. Like I said, I've played it a couple times. I've had a lot of fun with it so far, and I am excited to show it off here with you guys. So we're just going to hop into some ranked and see what happens. I've been trying to keep my eye on standard a little bit while still focusing on draft and sealed for the most part. It looks like the monocolor aggro decks, either red or white, are doing quite well. Gruul Aggro is doing well, and then the Sultai Control Ultimatum deck. Those are kind of the decks to beat. And I think that this version of Naya stuff could be in a really good spot. I actually think I am going to keep this. It's kind of weird, but I can just go. Lovestruck Beast gives me so much flexibility with how I play these early turns that this hand is keepable on the power of Lovestruck Beast, basically. I'm actually going to play the Fabled Passage here and just fetch right away. I want to thin my deck a little bit. I know it doesn't matter all that much, but it matters a little bit. It looks like we're playing against Gruul Aggro. I think as long as we don't get Embercleaved too early on, we've got a good matchup here, and Lovestruck Beast is a good creature to have early on too. They can't kill Lovestruck Beast. Well, now they'll trade Brushfire plus a Stomp for Lovestruck Beast. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'll just say no blocks. Because I can crack back for 6. Oh, they can just stomp the 1/1. Sure. That's fine too. Was a good draw, not a great draw because I only have single green. I guess I'll just play the plains and pass. If they do try to kill my Lovestruck Beast, I'll just throw it at them. Sure. Showdown is interesting, but it's dragon time, definitely. So let's see. If they have Embercleave and they play a land and attack me and Embercleave, I just die. If I attack with the Lovestruck Beast, so I think I'll just attack with the dragon. Leave Lovestruck Beast back. And now my opponent's dead a couple different ways next turn. They're blowing up my treasure. I guess I'll make double red with it. Okay, so they had a land. They are attacking. So a block here. Cleave on this, I take 12. Cleave on this, I take 12. Or cleave on this, I take 5. That's not dead. Okay. Cool. And then I'll just attack them. And throw a dragon at him. And there we go. The fact that we've got Giant Killer 2 is good in this matchup. In terms of sideboard, I do think we want Fire Prophecy. It's not good against Lovestruck Beast specifically, but I think it's good against everything else. I don't think this is a Klothys matchup. And I think sideboarding would just like trim some of the combo pieces. It's like we trim and Unleash Fury. I found sideboarding with this deck pretty tough. just because the core of the main deck is pretty tight. Maybe I'll cut 2 Unleash Furies and like a Showdown of the Scalds, just bring my curve down a little bit with Fire Prophecy. Redain is good against specifically Embercleave and against Henge actually, so maybe she does come in here. And I'll trim a Shepherd for Redain maybe. Redain's not great against all of my opponent's creatures, but like I said, it's good against their biggest, their big spells. This hand looks good. I think I'm gonna go Lovestruck Beast token on 1, and then Innkeeper hold up Shepherd of the Flock on 2. And then the fact that Shepherd can reset Lovestruck Beast later is pretty cool too. Yeah, I'll block. I think I'm the more defensive deck early on here. And I wish I had a giant killer to take out their Lovestruck Beast, but we might just like be trading cards back and forth. Oh no, we're not. Okay. They're gonna hit me for 5. They're attacking with their Innkeeper. I'm not gonna block because I'm gonna play this Lovestruck Beast and draw a card. Oh, they didn't crack. Interesting. I'll just say no attacks. I could have got in for 1 there. I don't know that it's super necessary. And yeah, Brushfire is a 3/3. They have another land to make it a 5/5. Oh, they have another land to make it a 7/7. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it hurts, but it's fine. And then they have a Lovestruck Beast. That makes sense. Oh, they could just Henge me and Lovestruck Beast. Well, this game is getting away from us a little bit. We just keep finding lands. That's not really what we want. I think I just need to run out Showdown of the Scalds this turn. We're pretty behind here. So I'm just gonna Showdown, go Shields down for a turn. Plan on blocking. Very premature good game from our opponent. I think 1, 2, 3. I guess if I block like this, I die to cleave. If I block like this, you know what? If they have a cleave too, well, I just die. Yep. Well, that's too bad. I think our opponent had a very nice start there. I think I just run it back and hope to get some removal early this time around. The red cap melees would have been good that game, but I don't think in general they're that good. Like Brush Fire and Bone Crusher and Dragons. I guess that they have dragons. No, you know what? I have lots of removal that kills their stuff, and I just didn't find any of it. The giant killers are good against them too, so I will just hope for a slightly more proactive draw this time. Yeah, like this looks great. Just go Innkeeper on 1, hold up Bone Crusher on 2, hopefully find an untapped land, and if not, use the shelter later. Our opponent took a mulligan. Okay, we found the untapped land. So now we can stomp their play this turn and then play Bone Crusher the next turn. Unless they're stomping our Innkeeper. So now I wonder, do I just stomp my own Innkeeper to counter their Bone Crusher giant? I kind of think I'm going to. I'm essentially using Stomp to kill a Bone Crusher here. I don't know. That was maybe a little aggressive, but I think it's kind of a cool play. Smash for 4. Play this on red. Play Showdown of the Scalds. And then these Sajiri's Shelters might be good. Help sneak in a lot of damage, potentially. Redain is nice. So I can actually do it all next turn, kind of. I can cast all of these spells and make the Bone Crusher make my creatures pretty big. Okay, so they have Innkeeper and Embereth Shieldbreaker, so they get an extra card. Okay, so I'll go Fabled Passage. I'm going to run out. Let's see, I need to go find a Plains. Yep. So I'll run out Redain. I'll run out a Lovestruck token, a Lovestruck Beast token. And then go ahead and attack with Bone Crusher. Then I'll use this to pick up Showdown of the Scalds. And I'll just make Redana 4/5. I think Redain is now out of reach of... Oh, they missed a land drop again. Cool. Our opponent's dead. Don't even need the combo. I can just Goldspan Dragon. Attack with these two. And now I've got Sigiri Shelter up. I guess maybe I should have played one of these. Good game, opponent. Cool. Pretty swingy games. I think post-sideboard, these red-green mirrors are all about who can land timely removal, and then later on who gets the bigger board, and our opponent missed land drops for a couple turns, and we ended up with the bigger board. Something that is cool about this deck is that it plays, you know, the 4 Kazol's Fury and the 4 Sigiri Shelter, and it plays 21 lands, I think. So it plays 29 lands. If you need to end up playing one of those spell lands as a land, which is cool. And it just means that you end up not flooding very often. Cool, we'll go first. This looks like a keep to me. It's got the combo in it, so I'm going to keep it. Our deck is filled with adventure creatures, so hopefully the Innkeeper does something good. Even if it draws a removal spell from our opponent, that might be good enough to let us set up for the combo later. Looks like our opponent had to take a mulligan here. I will go this one. Oh, they're mono reds. They've got frostbite. Okay. This hand's not great against mono red. Second Innkeeper's fine though. I'm not playing the Fabled Passage because I want to draw more lands. So I don't want to take lands out of my deck while I want to actively draw them. Okay, our opponent's on mono removal hand. I will go ahead and put this on white. And then next turn I'll fetch out probably a mountain and play Showdown. Does that change anything? I've been having a lot of server issues since the recent patch. Like, just stuff like that. Like, my computer's not running, or not chugging. It's just communication with the server that's a problem. So do I fetch my forest and play both halves of Lovestruck Beast, and then next turn Showdown? Or do I fetch something for Showdown now? I think I'm supposed to fetch Mountain and just play Showdown here. I'm not under a lot of pressure. Well, maybe it is my computer. After this match, I'm gonna restart my machine, or restart Magic Arena, at least. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna get my mountain here. Oh, I use a timeout there? Cool. My lights just flicked. I wonder if I'm about to lose power. It's a little windy outside. I didn't think it was that windy. They have a Rimrock Knight on Bone Crusher now. Yep. So here I'm gonna go Branchloft Pathway on green, and I'm just gonna go Goldspan Dragon, maybe. Attack. Oh, I cast the wrong Goldspan Dragon, like an idiot. Oops. But then before damage, I want to cast this Bone Crusher Giant to get my counter from Showdown of the Scalds. I just wasn't paying attention to the fact that I had a Goldspan Dragon in exile. I win next turn if my opponent doesn't have anything. And it looks like they are dead. Cool. Could do it a couple different ways. I will just make a Lovestruck Beast token. Then unleash the Goldspan Dragon on the world. And attack for 14. I'm glad we get to play against Mono Red. I wanted to test this matchup going into this weekend. I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing. I wonder if Redain can come in here just to play as the backside. I guess on the front side, she also taxes their lands. I don't know if that's worth it. All the removal's coming in, though. And the Klothys. That's what Klothys is here for. I think I probably just cut the combo, or at least cut the Unleash Furies. Usually Mono Red will bring in a bunch of removal against decks like me. Giant Killer can be good against Annex. It can be good by tapping their creatures, though. This is good just as a 1/2, I suppose. Shepherd is just an X1, so maybe it gets cut. And I think I'll trim a Showdown and try a Redain in its place. Yeah. I think I like this. I still think I want to leave 4 dragons in because that's how I win the game. Kill all their stuff and then play Goldspan Dragon and attack for a bunch. That's still what I want to be doing there. So yeah, we'll see how this game goes. Our opponent had Magda in their deck, the Dwarf Lord. I had seen that showing up in some mono red lists early on in the format, but I hadn't noticed that in lists recently. I had just seen the Robbers, Rimrock Knights, and then the 1/1s, Fireblade Charger. Were taking the spots that Magda had been in earlier. Mono Red's pretty good right now. I like it when Mono Red's good. I played some Mono Red a few standards ago. Very similar deck. And I like how the deck plays a lot. If I end up not playing this deck, Mono Red's one of the decks I might play over the weekend. It's just always trying to do the same thing, and it gets to play Goldspan Dragon, Embercleave, and Faceless Haven, which are really good cards right now. This hand's great. I'm going to go Lovestruck Beast token on 1 and then Stomp on 2. Nope, not that one. This one. If they want to Frostbite my 1/1, be my guest. And so them getting priority there does tell us that they have Frostbite in their hand. Playing Magda again. It's weird. I'll attack for 1. I'm feeling brazen. Or I should say they aren't the only ones feeling brazen. And then next turn I'll just play Lovestruck Beast probably, and then the following turn I will go Innkeeper plus Bone Crusher. I'm doing it that way because green is kind of the splash color in this deck. I want red and white mana more than I want green. So if I don't have to fetch second green with this Fabled Passage, that would be better for the mana base. So just trying to sequence my plays in such a way so I can play Dragon on curve where I don't need to get second green. Soul Seer. Okay, that makes sense. No blocks. Giant Killer is going to be nice later on. I'm going to fetch second red here. Like I said, we're going Innkeeper, plus Bone Crusher, draw a card, find the second white land. They've got a bunch of removal spells, but we're still advancing our board pretty well. We'll take 4 again. And they're missing land drops. That's good for us. We have so many options. I think we're going to triple spell this turn and not play the dragon. So we'll go ahead and attack for 2. Then we'll go Giant Killer. We'll go to 10. That's fine. We'll play the Giant Killer. Draw our card. Play a Bone Crusher token. And now... Okay. Let's see. If I go Goldspan Dragon attack... They take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They go to 6. I think it might be just as good to like play Lovestruck Beast this turn. Hold up Giant Killer activation. Get in for 3. Yeah, we're in a good spot here. Yep, cool. So that felt great against mono red. It felt like they never really were in a position to get ahead. I'm gonna restart Arena, see if I can get rid of some of this weird server lag, and I will return shortly with a little bit more standard. I have restarted all of my things, and I am getting back to some standard. Like I said, I want to do another, at least 1 match, if it's quick, 2 if I can, for this video. Just to kind of show off what the standard deck can do, and for me to get some practice with it as well. What does this hand do? I actually think I can keep this hand. It's slow, but once it gets going, this hand's actually good. So I'm gonna fetch green here. And then turn 2 I'll play Sejiri Shelter tapped. So this is either mono green. Ooh. Oh, it's just the snow version of this deck. Okay. I'm not sure what I think of our hand against this deck. Lovestruck Beast is good, and fighting the Giant Killer is pretty good. This Brushfire Elemental's scary, but I think we can deal with it. I'll just play Lovestruck Beast here. And yeah, I'll get in for 1. I'm not scared. Next turn I can make a 1/1 I can't get second green. The Crowan War in their main deck? I wish I had kept Shepherd of the Flock up. I didn't expect a Crowan War. I thought decks weren't playing it as much main. I want to find lands with Showdown. Cool. Found at least one land. Second Brushfire, then they've got a Fabled Passage here probably just to kill me. Yep. Of course they didn't have the Fabled Passage before. But now they've got it. Yeah, maybe tapping out for Showdown was a little aggressive, but I didn't feel like I could just do nothing this turn. But that'll show me. Wish I'd done nothing. I want second white mana. This thing has to attack. I'm going to play... Oh, I messed that up. I'm just going to play a Electrostatic Beast, cast a Giant Killer, and then hold up Shepherd of the Flock, is my plan. Because I'll get my Lovestruck Beast back here too. So all in all, we've ended up in an okay spot here. Assuming they just don't have double stomp or something. Let's see what they've got. I guess I will save my Giant Killer. No, they can't attack. Okay. Shepherd, make that one a 6/6. I think I just want more white mana. I'll play this Giant Killer again. I'll make the Shepherd a 4/2. And then just pass. The Innkeeper's scary. It's going to let them start drawing cards quite a bit. But we have stabilized here. We've got our two big Lovestruck Beasts that their Brushfires can't attack through. And then Giant Killer can tap stuff down eventually. I wonder what they're thinking about here. That was a great draw. I will play Lovestruck Beast. Or I will cast Heart's Desire, I suppose, is the correct terminology there. Attack with these things. Cool. Boop. Seems like a lot of people still haven't seen this version of the deck, which works out for me. If you want to just get some people, this seems like the way to do it. So how did I sideboard before? I brought in the Fire Prophecies and the Redains. I trimmed some Unleashed Furies, a Shepherd, and a Showdown, I think. There's a chance that you're supposed to trim Goldspan Dragons here too. But I don't want to. That was sweet. I was sure that our opponent was going to have a better follow-up to the Akroan War. And then they just didn't. So I got my Lovestruck Beast back eventually. And we were able to survive a couple turns and kill him with a fling. That was cool. This deck reminds me a lot of the Electrostatic Pummeler deck back from Kaladesh Standard. For those who have no idea what I'm talking about, Electrostatic Pummeler was this really cool... Sorry, real quick. I'm going to do the thing where I don't expose Innkeeper to a removal spell until I need to. So back when energy was a thing, there was a card called Electrostatic Pummeler for... it was a 3-mana, 1/1 artifact creature. And it could... You could pay 3 energy to double its power. So you used it with pump spells to just make it ridiculously huge. Cool. And then, so you could just combo kill them with the Pummeler. Or you could use the Pummeler to... I'll put this on red. Or you could use the rest of the deck, which was just like a fine red-green beatdown deck to win the game. So that deck was sweet, and I have a soft spot for it. It was the deck I played to my first PPTQ top 8 back when we were actually playing Paper Magic. And yeah, I love that deck. And this deck has a lot of similarities to that one. So I held onto the Innkeeper until now so that I can draw a card when I play this Bone Crusher Giant, which seems like a good idea to me. Next turn I'll just play a Kazul's Fury tapped, unless I find an untapped land. If I find an untapped land, I can hold up Shelter. If not, I'll just play this tapped and play a Lovestruck Beast. Okay. They're getting in there. I will trade... Yeah, I'll trade off. That's fine. Lovestruck Beast draws us a card. It's a Showdown of the Scalds. And we'll get in for 1. Like to find a removal spell or my own dragon to deal with the dragon, but other than that, the board looks okay. Brushfire's fine. Fabled Passage is annoying, because now I'll need to block with my Love Struck Beast so I don't get too low. I guess they could have Cleave here. If they get Mountain. I could be getting cleaved and then just die. No cleave, that's good. No cleave is very good. I'm not sure what my next turn's going to be. Yeah, I'll save my guy. Actually, that was great that they did that this turn. I think it's right to showdown because I need to see as many cards as I can. Cool, and then I'll put this on green, play this, play this. And the next turn I'll play this mountain, I'll play this Goldspan Dragon, and I will see where that leads us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bone Crusher was a good draw from our opponent, obviously. Lovestruck Beast is going to hold off the Bone Crusher. The question is, what do I do about their dragon? It might be that I play the backside of Redain. Oh, can they just die now? They might just be dead. I haven't done the math yet. So then if I shelter it, 5, Unleash Fury, 6. Do I have enough mana? Attack. I think so. So then 4 damage, I will shelter. Give it protection from green. Unleash Fury. Make it a 12/6. It hits them, and then this kills them. And that is what this deck can do. It can kill out of nowhere. And it has a perfectly reasonable backup plan. Like, even if we weren't killing our opponent there, what we were playing Goldspan Dragon, attacking, playing a Lovestruck Beast to hold up the ground, and maybe something else, and just using Showdown to pull super far ahead. Yeah, this deck is the new Pummeler, and I love it. I'm not entirely sure about the sideboard yet. I feel like there's maybe something sneaky you could do in the sideboard. Because right now it's just pretty straightforward. Which is maybe what you need, because there's a lot of aggro decks running around that we need to be able to deal with. Let's see if we can make it a clean... Well, I think we're 3-0 tonight. A clean 4-0. 0. This hand seems good. Four lands is a lot, but we basically have 6 spells in our hand, so we're not going to mulligan. They're a Yorion deck, which kind of makes me sad, but we'll see what flavor of Yorion they are. Sultai is the most popular, obviously, but there's an Esper Doom version running around too. Looks like Sultai. I imagine they're playing ultimatums in their deck. We need to be careful about sweepers, but the combo's really good here for finishing out games. We don't care about almost any of the cards they get off of their ultimatum as long as we can find the combo. So we're just going to stomp them here, and then next turn play a Lovestruck Beast, I think. Yep. Not a particularly fast start from us, but our deck's not particularly fast, so it's not surprising. Okay, found half of the combo. Just gonna run out Lovestruck Beast here. It puts the most pressure on the board. And then next turn, again, I don't want double green, so I don't want to edge wall plus Lovestruck Beast on the same turn. I will probably... And we'll see what happens. I'm not sure which land I'm going to play. I think I'm just going to play this on red. I don't mind finding another land. Then I'll go Innkeeper plus Bone Crusher. Draw my card. Found another land. They get to get a forest, so they got a triome. I've only got 5 lands. Did they miss a land drop last turn? No. They didn't. They haven't played their land for the turn yet. Extinction event on odd. Kinda sucks. But we waited on the dragon. And here I'm just gonna go get forest. I'll attack for 1. And then post-combat, no matter what they do, I'm going to play Lovestruck Beast plus... Or Heart's Desire plus Lovestruck Beast. Hold up. Shepherd of the Flux ability. So, can they ultimatum right now? I think so. Don't have it. It's good for me. So I will save my Lovestruck Beast. I guess they could have a negate. And if they do, that's fine. And they're picking up Yorion. Makes sense. Now what? So they can use Yorion to reset Binding of the Old Gods next turn. I think I just go Innkeeper, Shepherd, draw my card, attack. and they are gonna block. Interesting. And then I'm just gonna play a plains and pass. I'm expecting them to reset Yorion this turn, though I guess maybe they won't now. Not sure. We've got some pressure on the board, so I'm not feeling a ton of pressure to finish the game. Or to commit more to the board into a sweeper. Of course, I'd love to finish the game as fast as possible. So they had the ultimatum. Let's see what they do with it. Because there are some cards we don't care about as much. And there are some cards we do. So we'll see. Curibus the Sea God, Valky, and Epiphany. Let's see. Do I care about the 8/8? I know that sounds silly, but I kind of care more about the other two. I'm gonna put Epiphany back. They can have Valky and they can have Best the Sea God. And they found 2 lands. There is a chance I can just win next turn. It's not a super high chance, but there is a chance. Bone Crusher. Go ahead and play Giant Killer. Draw a card. Found Showdown of the Scalds. Play Showdown. I'd like to try to set up a combo kill for next turn. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. Okay. Do this on red. I'm just gonna attack them. They're gonna tap all my stuff and do a bunch of stuff anyways next turn. Would not be surprised if they just blocked the Innkeeper. Yep. So Binding the Old Gods goes off. My non-land permanents are tapped. They can use Yorion to reset Curibus the Sea God. They're gonna need to have removal or something. We'll see. If they get a little too... Oh, they just cast Shark Typhoon? So they just tapped out, right? I guess they're not dead because the Yorion has flying, huh? So I needed to keep Giant Killer in my hand. Yeah, so I think I'm just dead. No. I will attack them and make them deal with my dragon. I guess I should have just played a Lovestruck Beast first. I wish I had a Fling in my hand. Fling would just win me the game right now. But this is just going to tap on my stuff, right? Yep. Okay. Had the wrong combo piece. If we had Fling instead of... or if we had Kazel's Fury instead of Unleash Fury there, we would have been in a much better spot. So the Roiling Vortexes come in here, and the Redain comes in here. And what gets cut? I think in general the Giant Killers are not all that good, so I'll trim 2 of those. And I think I'll still trim a Showdown. I don't know if I want to trim a Showdown. I want to trim a what? Yeah, trim a Showdown. I just want to stay more or less as linear as possible here. Just try to attack them and kill them before they can set up, or get in a spot where my combo can kill them later. I think I'm gonna keep just on the back of how powerful Edgewell Innkeeper can be. My plan is going to be to run out Shepherd on 2 to put 4 power on the board on turn 2, draw an extra card, and see if that's good enough. Okay, Rolling Vortex is interesting. I have kill target creature here to take my Innkeeper. Yep. I normally wouldn't play the Fabled Passage here, but I'm doing it right now because I don't need to draw lands anymore. I'm done drawing lands for the rest of the game. So this is going to be white. So I can fetch Mountain here with the Fabled Passage. They might have a Cultivate here. They might have a nothing here. Maybe sticking this is more important than I'm giving it credit for. Come on, opponent. Come on, deck. Put this on red, go to combat. Hit for 3. Are they cycling a Shark Typhoon? Is that what you got? Yep. Yep. This is my plan. I drew all lands. Maybe I should have mulliganed that opening hand. Given that I found 8 of my 21 non-spell lands. A little unfortunate, but maybe I should have mulliganed that opener. Finding the Old God's gonna hit the Roiling Vortex, yep. Sure. This 3-1 might go all the way, though. It probably won't go all the way. I think I just use my spells while I have a creature out to protect. They could just negate me. I don't know if they leave negates in their deck against me, though. I'll be sad if I get negated here. I could have Mystical Dispute, I suppose. Nope, just 2 removal spells. Cool. And here we're seeing one of the great flaws of a deck like this. Sometimes you draw half of your combo piece, and you don't have any of the other good cards for the combo. Yeah. Punished for not mulliganing, I suppose. Sure. A smarter player would have conceded by now in my position. They're playing Elspeth's Nightmare as Duress with Suspend 1. I suppose. Lovestruck Beast actually was a great draw there. Trying to figure out what I do with this Kazul's Fury. So they're gonna take it away from me. Yeah, I probably just let them have it. I guess now they can just use Yorion, blank their things, kill my board. Looking pretty dead. You know what? I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm just done. was a really unfortunate way to end this string of videos, or this video. You know what? I'm gonna do one more match. Maybe, if Arena lets me play more. Has anyone else been having problems with this? Arena's just been chugging super hard for me since the update late last week. Not sure what they did. I don't know what's going on. You know what? I think I will just call it here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me throw some dragons at people. I think that this video did show off the positives and the negatives of a deck like this. It's unknown. People don't always know how to play into it, play around it. We got some people with our combo, and sometimes people just can't play, just play in a way that they leave themselves dead to the combo, which can be good heading into a tournament weekend. But sometimes you don't draw any of your combo pieces and you just die, like we saw in that last match. So I'm still trying to figure out if this is the deck I want to play in the Arena Open, or not the Arena Open, the Championship Qualifier, whatever. I'm gonna mess around with Mono Red and cycling. There will be a video on one of the two decks later this week. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope. What? Oh, I just took a Goldspan Dragon out of the deck. This is what we played. We seemed very highly tuned against Mono Red, and it seemed like we were kind of struggling against the ultimatum decks. Redain really does help there, so maybe I'll just turn the Clothis back into a Redain. Leave it like this for now. Thank you so much for watching, for sticking out through the annoying games and the arena being kind of slow. And I hope you have fun throwing dragons at people yourself. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.